Bruce Lee, the fastest, sharpest, and most explosive martial artist the world has ever known. Everyone remembers his lightning-fast kicks, his devastating one-inch punch, and his ability to dominate fighters far larger than himself. But what if I told you that behind his power, behind his legendary speed, there was a hidden method? Something that most fighters overlook, yet Bruce Lee considered essential. It wasn't just training, diet, or even his relentless discipline, it was his breathing method. Yes, Bruce Lee's approach to breathing wasn't just ordinary, it was a secret weapon that made him stronger than most fighters of his time. In this video we'll uncover exactly how Bruce Lee used breathing to enhance his strength, his endurance, and even his fighting mindset, and by the end you'll realize that mastering this same method could transform your own life too. Bruce Lee's obsession with breathing. Bruce Lee was obsessed with understanding the human body. Unlike many martial artists who only practiced kicks, punches, and forms, Bruce went deeper. He studied anatomy, physiology, bodybuilding philosophy, and even traditional Eastern practices like Tai Chi, Qigong, and yoga. He wanted to know how the body could function at its absolute peak. Among all of his studies, breathing stood out. He realized that every movement, every burst of power, and every ounce of endurance started with one thing: the breath. Without correct breathing, the body loses strength. Without control of breath, the mind loses focus. Bruce once said, "The essence of fighting is the art of moving, breathing, and thinking is one." For Bruce, breathing was not just about oxygen, it was about harnessing inner energy, something martial artists often call chi or ki. But Bruce stripped away the mystical layers and applied it in a scientific and practical way. He believed that by mastering his breath he could master his body. The foundation: diaphragmatic breathing. One of Bruce Lee's core breathing methods was diaphragmatic breathing, also known as belly breathing. Unlike shallow chest breathing where the shoulders rise and the lungs expand only partially, belly breathing uses the diaphragm to draw air deep into the lungs. This allowed Bruce to take in more oxygen, feeding his muscles with energy and keeping his mind calm under pressure. When Bruce trained, whether it was with heavy weights, shadowboxing, or practicing his iconic kicks, he paid close attention to his breath. He would inhale deeply through his nose, allowing his abdomen to expand, and exhale sharply through his mouth with controlled force. This sharp exhalation was often heard in his famous ki sounds, the sharp shouts he made when striking. Those weren't just for intimidation, they were a scientific way of expelling air, tensing the core, and maximizing explosive power. Think about it, most people hold their breath when they exert force, but Bruce learned to synchronize breathing with movement. This gave him an advantage in speed, endurance, and power. Breathe in.